All right, I'm going to go over some examples of absolute value equations when you have absolute value symbols on both sides of the equation. So I'm going to go over how we deal with equations like these. So here we have the absolute value of 9w minus 4 is equal to the absolute value of 2w plus 10. So what you're going to do is you're going to set up two equations. So you're going to remove the absolute value symbols. One equation will just be exactly what's inside of the absolute value symbols. So one, you'll have 9w minus 4 equals 2w plus 10. That'll be one of your equations. The other one you're going to set up is you're going to keep one side the same. I usually just go by keeping the left expression the same. So keep on the left side of the equation 9w minus 4. And on the right side, you're going to multiply whatever's on the inside of the absolute value symbols by -1. So you're going to have this equal to -1 times 2w plus 10. So your answers could potentially be the solutions to these equations. So let's go ahead and let's solve these. So here we're going to take away 2w from both sides. So we'll get 7w minus 4 equals 10. Then we're going to add 4 to both sides. So we'll get 7w equals 14. Then we're going to divide each side by 7. And we'll get w is 2. That's one potential solution. Now for the other one, we're going to have 9w minus 4 is equal to, let's distribute the negative to the 2w and the 10. So we'll have that equal to -2w minus 10. We can add 2w to both sides to cancel this out. So we'll have 11w minus 4 equals -10. You can then add 4 to both sides. So you'll get 11w equals -6. And then divide both sides by 11. And you'll get w equals -6 over 11. Now here's the thing. When you solve absolute value equations using this technique, you're technically creating a new equation because you're making this equation up. This isn't exactly what the original equation was. It's similar, but remember that's a method. So sometimes you can get solutions that actually won't work in the original equation. These are called extraneous solutions. So a hint, that you'll probably have on your homework and on your test, they'll probably tell you check your solutions because it's probably hinting that one of these may not work. They could both work, but definitely check, especially on a test, that both of these will work, because if you don't and one of them doesn't, you're going to get marked wrong. So I'm going to go over how we check. So let's start off with w equals 2. So when you check, you plug this into the original equation. Don't plug it into here. Plug it into this. So I'm going to check that w equals 2 works. I'm going to have the absolute value of 9 times 2, 18 minus 4 is equal to the absolute value of 2 times 2, 4 plus 10. So here, let me simplify the inside first. So the absolute value of 14 on the left is equal to the absolute value of 14. Absolute value of 14 is 14, and we know 14 is equal to 14. So we're good there. So this solution is good. Now let's check to make sure this works. So here we're going to have -6/11 plugged again into these original w's. So fractions, I know, can sometimes scare you. So let's remember how we do this. We're going to have a 9 times a -6/11. Remember that 9 is like a 9/1. Let me write it like this. And this 2 is like a 2/1. So when we multiply the 9/1 by -6/11, you're going to have -6 times 9. So -54/11 minus 4, all in absolute value symbols, is equal to 2 times -6/11. So -12/11 plus 10. Now, I'm going to go about as if you don't have a calculator so you can really master your fraction addition. So if we're going to combine this fraction with this one, make sure you have the same denominator. So to make this 4 have a denominator of 11, you're going to multiply the 4 by 11 over 11. So remember, 4 is the same as 4 over 1. So you're multiplying it by 11 over 11. So minus 4 is the same as 44 over 11. So here we would have negative 54 over 11 minus 44 over 11. That'll be equal to the absolute value of negative 12 over 11. And here we have a 10. We want to make the 10 have a denominator of 11. Up here, let me write. Remember, 10 is the same as 10 over 1. So again, multiply this 10 by 11 over 11. So we'll have 110 over 11. So plus 110 over 11. Then we can just simplify by adding. Negative 54 minus 44, you'll get a negative 98. All over 11. And then you'll have negative 12 plus 110. You'll get a positive 98 over 11. And when you take the absolute value of negative 98 over 11, that's just 98 over 11. And the absolute value of positive 98 over 11 is still 98 over 11. So that works. And so you're good. And so both of these are solutions.